I succeeded in not buying any yarn in January, but February is a completely different story, so. Hey, it's Tammy, Crafty Mompreneur. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. We have a little bit of a change of scenery because today we are talking all things yarn. I did in fact get treated to a big yarn haul for Valentine's Day. Usually my hubby is very like, you got more yarn? And this time he was like, let's go get you some yarn. This was shortly after we learned about how our local Joann's was on the chopping block for store closures, which is completely sad, and I really don't want to talk about it, but I do have some clips today to show you from the 2 yarn shopping trips that I took. And then we're going to address a little bit of my yarn organization or lack thereof. So that is what's up for today's video. So let's just get right to it. I don't know about you, but I am not a huge like Valentine's person. Like, yeah, when I was younger, it was always nice to have a Valentine, you know, that kind of thing. And you were bummed like if you were like younger and you didn't have a Valentine. As I've gotten older and I've been married for 20 years. Have we been married 20 years? Yes. We've been married for 20 years. So when you've been married for 20 plus years, Valentine's Day just really isn't, to me, any different than any other day. But when my husband was like, what do you want for Valentine's Day? And I'm like, I don't know. He suggested that we go yarn shopping. So I'm gonna take you with me as we go and do some yarn shopping. And this was probably one of my biggest hauls yet.
Happy Valentine's Day.
So I just found out that our Joann's by our house is closing. So the hubby said I could go yarn shopping for Valentine's Day. And so now we're gonna guess how much all of this is gonna be and see who's closer. What is your guess?
Wow. 220 bucks.
220. I'm gonna guess 158.
Oh, you're not even close.
Okay, we'll find out. Okay, we just checked out. Got my yarn. What was that total again?
158, 159, something like that.
Do
So you
I
were
know
closest.
yarn or what? So as you saw from those clips, I am correct in that I guessed my yarn shopping trip within cents. So I'm gonna prove it right now and show you my receipt. Here's the bag in question, and it's pretty full. It's a lot. So let me find the receipt. Oh, I found it. What is your guess?
220 bucks.
220. I'm gonna guess 158.
Oh, you're not even close.
But here's my total. There's my total. I'll have to flip it. 158.19. So I was within 19 cents of being correct. Yarn was $8.99 a skein. Plus I had a coupon, plus we got the military discount because my husband was with me and they happened to ask if he was military, a military veteran or whatever. And he is. He was in the Marine Corps. So we got all of this yarn, $158.19. Now I'm gonna show you what I got. I started off with just getting colors that I thought that I knew I needed or that I wanted for projects that I wanted to make. And the first was this purple, and this is Pow Purple from the Brights collection. And this is one that I will be making a Anchor the Octopus out of. So I knew I needed at least 2 of them because I have 1. I wanted to get some more yarn for chicken. Oh, hi, Sugar. You wanna come say hi? Come here. I know I'm on the floor today. Oh, hi, come here. Ollie, go lay down. Go on. Doggos. I'm on the floor and I'm in their territory. There she goes. Sit down. Sit. Go sit down. Okay, bye. Okay. So I knew I wanted some yarn for chickens. So I did get some more of the tweed in ivory tweed. And then my husband was like, You should get this one. This would make good chickens. And this one is sandy tweed. And then I think there was one other one that we got for chickens. Yes. And then we got this one for chickens, which is inkwell. I thought I would go ahead and get some more cream and white. So I did get a vintage white. And then the baby blankets, it's just white. I was out of light blue, so I picked up, which one is this? Baby blue. Boop, baby blue. And then, let's see. I also went ahead and grabbed another black. I thought I was running low on gray, so I picked up another gray, and this one is in the dark gray. We were initially gonna go in for like enough to get to use my $75 coupon. That was like the initial goal. So we were thinking maybe like 10 skeins or so. And so we had gotten to close to the 10 skeins, and I told my husband to pick one out. And he picked out this one, which is one of the frosting line. And this one is Seaside in the frosting. And then he also liked this one, Purple Sunset. And then I was like, ooh, I like this one would make really good succulents, because I want to try and make a succulent pillow, or I want to make the succulent turtle from Happy Turtle Crochet. And I think I'm going to make it in Burnett blanket, so it'll be a nice big turtle. And I was like, ooh, this will be perfect for succulents. And he was like, well, just get both of them. So this is my husband encouraging me to get more yarn for my Valentine's Day present. So I was like, I'm not going to say no. When he says get yarn, I'm going to get yarn. So this one is in the shade, This one is called Grassy. And we got 2 of them. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think I might already have this one, but I'm going to check. Okay, this was one that I thought it might be, but this is definitely not it. And then the other one that I was thinking that I had is this one, but this one has blue in it, and I have no idea which one this is. But this one does not have blue in it. Anyway, so yeah, I got 2 of these for succulents and whatever else I want to make with these. So that's 2 more. I don't know why. This one I just saw this one and I was like, I could make something cute with that. I don't know. So I grabbed this one, which is Pebble Dot. So Pebble Dot in the baby blanket. This doesn't feel as soft as some of the other baby blanket, but I liked it. I thought it would pair good with gray. It would go good with gray. It would go good with cream. Or is that white? Cream or white on that. I also have this taupe that I bought off of Amazon, I think. And it would look good. Well, I mean, it would kind of look good with that. I don't know. Anyways, so that's why I got that. And then I saw these dappled ombre ones, and I was so torn on what color to get. They had orange, they had yellow, they had this, they had teal, they had purple, they had black, that was shades of gray. Like it was a hard decision. It was hard. And so this one was up on like the top, you know, where like they store extra. And so I had my husband like get it down, and ended up getting this. And then I was like, but I really like the blue too. So I got the blue. This one is called Wandering. This is Wandering Blue, and this one is Rosy. And this is Rosy. And then I was like, well, my daughter that still lives at home loves purple. And so I'm gonna get the purple too. And he was encouraging it the whole time. Like he wasn't at any one point saying, that's enough, you have enough yarn, that's enough. Like this was like the dream yarn shopping trip, because I felt bad. I was like, should we stop? And he's like, no, it's okay. So I got these 3. And honestly, I could have got more, but I was kind of feeling guilty a little bit. Then I was torn. I was like, I could get more Burnett, or I could grab a few of the Posh, because I do want to make like some little like miniature keychain, like bag clip kind of things. And I wanted to use Posh to make them. And I do have some Posh. I think it's right there. It's those two bins right there. And I wanted to get a couple extra colors. So I ended up grabbing the brown Posh, which is, what is it called? Oh my goodness. Chocolate fudge. It kind of matches my shirt. So this is chocolate fudge. Then I also got croissant. And then the last one I got from my yarn shopping trip. Readers. Yeah, so this is kale. This does not look like kale to me. This looks like a dark teal. Kale to me would be like a really deep green, but anyways, these are the 3 Posh colors that I got. Now, because my Joann's that's like 5 minutes from my house is going to be closing, and the next closest one is probably 35 or so minutes away, depending on traffic. I have been debating on whether or not to like pop in there occasionally just to see how the sales were going and if yarn was going to be going on more of a sale in that location. So I decided yesterday to pop in there and see kind of what the store was looking like, if yarn was on sale, and that kind of thing. So here's a couple clips from that. So since our Joann's in our area is closing, and it's super close to my house, I thought that I would just pop in here real quick. I haven't been since my last like yarn haul that you saw right before this. So I just want to see if things are marked down yet and what it's looking like, because it's going to be really sad for not only the employees that work there, but also because it was so close and so convenient to my house. And I think there's like 13 Joann stores in Arizona, and I think maybe 3 of them are left or something. There's not very many left here in Arizona, but thankfully there is one that's like 35 minutes from me. So thankfully I'll still have one to go to, but we're gonna go in and see if there's anything that I just have to have. Not that there is, because I did just have that huge yarn haul, but we'll see what we can find. Now, I will say that there was not any signage out on our Joann's that the store was closing or that there were sales or anything like that. So going in, I didn't know what I was going to find. And the first thing that I really noticed was that their holiday stuff, meaning the spring stuff, was on 40% off. So I did pick up a couple things for my daughter's Easter baskets, which I'm not going to show on here just because they might watch this video. I'm not sure. It was really kind of strange because some things were 10% off, like craft supplies, I think, while other things like thread for sewing machines was 40% off. So I did end up getting 2 of these threads for 40% off. And yarn was 25% off, and I debated on whether I should pick up any of the other colors that I wanted from before, and I decided to go ahead and I just got 3, because here was my reasoning for that. I know they're probably gonna mark down again. My guess is they're gonna mark down again. I don't know when or how often or anything like that, because I wasn't gonna ask anyone any questions. So I thought I would just pop in there every other day or so and see if yarn is on more of a sale. And so what I did is I just got a couple colors that I just saw that it was like the last one that they had. This was the last one of this color that they had stocked anyways. They might have more in like back stock or something, but so I got this one, And then I knew that I didn't have a school bus yellow. And this was the last one that was in the little bin. So I got school bus yellow. And then the last one that I got was another almond. They had a few of these, but I always know that I can use almond for all kinds of different things. So I had to like second guess myself because I was like, wait, maybe I do have school bus yellow. And I'm just not really remembering right. But the Burnett line has so many different shades of different colors. Just let me give you one example. So I knew that I had a yellow and like a gold, and I was kind of second guessing myself. I'm like, well, maybe I did have schoolhouse yellow or school bus yellow. And I was like, I'm gonna check. So I pulled my stock of what I had in like yellow tones for Burnett. And this is the school bus yellow. So it's kind of more of a bright yellow. This one is sun-soaked. So definitely you couldn't use them interchangeably. And then this one is gold. So I legit have all colors of yellow. And there's also like the baby yellow, and I'm not sure of the name of this one. If I can look it up, I'll put it on the screen when I edit. So I've got all the shades of yellow. I might buy an extra, like if it goes on sale again, I might buy an extra of the white yellow. So look at all that yellow. So that was my second trip to Joann's. And for those skeins, I was able to use, they were 25% off, which brought them down to like $8.99. And then I was able to use the $10 off of 50. So it brought the skeins of yarn down to $7.34, which I think is pretty good. Then the last yarn I have to show you was a total, I happened to be in the right place at the right time kind of thing. And I was shopping in Walmart, and I always browse through their yarn just to see what they have, because I know they do stock some Burnett blanket. And I was just passing by, and lo and behold, I saw an end cap with some Burnett blanket in it, and I saw the yellow tags. Do you know what the yellow tags are? That's the clearance stuff. I rummaged and I found 2 skeins of a Burnett blanket that were on clearance. And they were the only ones on clearance because I think they had been opened and then taped back together. So I got this Burnett blanket, which is Cloud 9 for $5.99. And I mean, it seems like it's a full skein. It's just been taped back together. And then this one, I think is a full skein, but again, it was taped back together. What is this one called? I'm gonna see if I can peel this up. Ocean Shades. This is Ocean Shades. I was able to peel it up a little bit and see. But yeah, I don't have this one. So I was like, okay, score for $6. That is all the yarn that I have to show you that I got. I'm excited to have new yarn. But now I'm also kind of like, where do I put it? Because I really don't have anywhere. Like here, it's full. Like, so I'm gonna go and I'm gonna take you upstairs and show you some extra storage that I have and some extra yarn that's up there. I'm considering moving some yarn that I don't like, that I have multiples of maybe. I really don't know what I'm gonna do and where I'm gonna put all of this yarn. Okay, I'm thinking about possibly moving my Sweet Snuggles light upstairs and then making this all Burnett blanket. So I'm gonna go upstairs and see how many open cubbies I have in my other craft space. Okay, so it looks like I have 5 I could clear out. This is all some fur yarn and some other yarn that I got early on in my crochet journey that I got on clearance at like Hobby Lobby. Like this was $3. So I'm thinking I'm gonna get a bin and put all this fur yarn in it and then bring my Sweet Snuggles light up here and store it up here for now. I can clean out that one and probably move the sewing machine. I could probably even put the sewing machine up there. This is like a sewing space mostly, and it's a giant mess. So I'm not going to show you. Maybe later in another video. If you guys are interested in sewing stuff at all, you can just let me know. All right, so I'm going to go get a bin and empty all this, move my Sweet Snuggles light up here, and then organize the downstairs one. Okay, I found this zippered thingy, and I'm gonna go ahead and just put all my Sweet Snuggles in that, take it upstairs, and then rearrange up there. Clearly I had more than I thought. I'm gonna have to get a bag. Okay, all my Sweet Snuggles is gone, and it's in this giant bag. So let's go reorganize this upstairs, and then I will come back and this whole wall will be brunette blanket. Good times. Okay, I'm gonna move that sewing machine up to the top and then dust all these, and I'll have 6 cubbies for yarn. These are, I think these are fabric craft supplies. So I'm just gonna leave those. I'll deal with those another day. Okay, so I was able to fit all of my Sweet Snuggles and Chenille Home Slim into these 6 cubbies. I feel like I can see what colors I have, but now that they've changed their formula, I haven't really been buying it. So this is just going to be kind of a use up what I have, and unless their formula changes so that it's more like this, then we'll just be using this up and not rebuying. So I do make my peeps for Easter out of pink and purple, and then the green and the blue. So I will be using up some of this to make peeps for markets. So we'll make a dent on this eventually. Now, as for all of this fur-ish yarn and this big twist yarn that I don't use a lot of, this is all just going to go in a black bin, and I'm going to decide what to do with it. I'm not going to worry about it right now. This might become another like project series, like what to do with this yarn. So this, you're just going to have to stay tuned to see what happens with this pile in a future video. And now what I think I'll do is I'm going to empty all of this. I'm going to leave my guys up there at the top and sort my brunette blanket by color and then reload this. So I think I might set you up on time lapse and check in with you periodically. So. Okay, I've sorted for the most part by color. So we have the yellows, pinks and reds, orange and rust and brown, blues, teals, greens, whites, purples. I have a lot of purple. And then blacks, grays, and tans. And then I have those 2 round things, which I'm just going to leave them like that for now. I found these little bits of yarn that I'm going to roll into balls for the scrap basket. So now I think what I'll do is start loading it back into the wall and putting any duplicates, like if I have some of one, I'll put the other down below in like overstock or something like that, so I'll know what I have. So that's what we're gonna do next. All right, I got it all in there. Look, there's space for one more. But here's what I ended up doing. Put some overstock down here, and then I have overstock in these two. Yeah. So that was quite the undertaking for today's video. It definitely feels good to have all my Burnett blanket yarn in one spot, organized so that I can see all the different colors that I have. But also, if I hop over to Joann's at all again, I'll be able to know what colors I need. So here is our scrap basket. A couple of the ones that I put in here, like this one and this one, I use these colors for, these I use on my Mabel chickens, on the little thingy-majiggy on their head. And this one I use for like the mouths of, or mouths? No, the muzzles of like cows. So, I mean, I will be pulling from this occasionally, but when it gets full is when I'll do another scrap project. So for now, I'm just going to keep this basket up on my yarn table up there, and then I'll be able to, you know, pull from it. Like, I think this might be enough for an octo. This might be enough for a Mabel chicken. I'm not sure. And then like for this, I know I still have, oh, you're in the video. But like if I have a project that needs green, just a little bit of green, I'll pull from the scrap basket. Now the yarn that is upstairs in that big pile that I showed you, I have to sort through that and kind of figure out what, if anything, I'm going to be doing with that yarn. I know I have some black like fur yarn that I think would be cute for some projects. But again, it's definitely not my favorite type of yarn to work with, and I'm kind of, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. And then the other kind of yarn that I have up there is like big twist. And I'm just not really sure what projects to do with that. I didn't love crocheting with it, so I don't know. And then we'll address that yarn right there is my, I love this yarn by Hobby Lobby. And that's what I'm currently using for my granny squares. That could use a little bit more reorganization, but we don't have time in this video. And then that bin is all Parfait Chunky. And I have a few things that I like to make with Parfait Chunky, so I'm gonna keep it and see, you know, we can watch that bin kind of whittle down to nothing, hopefully this year. At least to be able to get the lid on it, let's just say that. Oh, and all of this yarn here is milk cotton. It's kind of a mess right now, but I don't want to reorganize it right now. There's one last thing I wanted to let you guys know about, and that is, as I was kind of going through some of my yarn, I came across some that I got in a mystery bag from Premier Yarns. Like they did like this mystery bundle or something, and the yarn I ordered was like their chunky yarn, not really knowing what exactly was gonna come. And I'm gonna show you the yarns that I got, and I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do with them. This was the first one that I got. I got this 3-pack of this kind of yarn. And I'm going to be completely honest and tell you that I know for a fact I will never use this yarn. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to put up a section on my website that is gonna be like a resale, or I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet, but it's gonna be where I sell off things that I'm not going to use on my website for cheap. Like I'm not going to ask for retail price on any of this stuff. The other one, I have 2 of these and I haven't decided if I'm going to keep them or just get rid of them. but it is this Premier Parfait, a Premier Chunky Cotton. It's 50 yards, and honestly, I just don't know what to do with it. These are another two that will likely go on my website to be sold at a discount, of course. That's another two. And then the last one, and this is just what I have right now, I could come across more, is this Premier Bloom. And it seems like really cool how it does this, but I'm not a blanket girly. I don't really know if I'm gonna use this. So, okay. And I think I have two of these. Those are the three that I am planning to get added to my website. This stuff is all brand new, but if I come across some that's like partially used, I might add those as well. And I am planning a Thursday drop for new stuff on my website. So anything that I am adding to my website, I'm gonna plan to make live on Thursdays. When I say something that I'm going to do something and I make it public, like I'm putting it out into the universe, I'm more likely to do it. The last 2 weeks I have had add items to my shop on my website, and I haven't done it. So if I put it out into the universe, you know, it's like public accountability. It might be one thing, it might be 5 things, it might be 10, I don't really know. But the plan is to once a week to do some sort of update to my the shop on my website. This is the shop name. I will also put it in the description box. That's just gonna be my way of making myself be accountable to the things that I need to get done. So that's going to do it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe because I come out with new videos every week and you don't want to miss them. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye. I can't even talk today. This one's purple. It's kind of like, God, those dogs. Why is that light blinking? The light's blinking. I don't remember what they're called.